Ristsy. I've always been fascinated by those moments in history where everything hangs in the balance, and the Battle of Raphia is one such.
I want you to picture this with me. Two mighty armies facing each other on the sun-baked plains of Egypt.
It's 217 BCE, and we're about to witness one of the largest, most consequential battles of the Hellenistic era. Now, folks, let's take a step back and look at the big picture here. We've got two powerhouse empires squaring off. These weren't just some run-of-the-mill kingdoms. We're talking about the successors to Alexander the Great's empire.
And what are they fighting over? Syria. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about this place? Well, let me tell you, it wasn't just some strip of land.
At the heart of this conflict, we've got two men whose names echo through history. Ptolemy IV Philopator and...
Imagine a ruler who's more interested in religious ceremonies and palace intrigues than actually running his empire. That's our guy.
On the other side, we've got Antiochus III. This guy, he's cut from a different cloth entirely.
Can you imagine the pressure these two men were under? The weight of empires on their shoulders, the eyes of history watching their every move. So how did we get to this point? Well, tensions had been simmering for years. But Antiochus III, he decided... Now folks, preparing for a battle like this, it wasn't just about gathering some troops and marching off. We're talking about massive logistical operations. Let's break down these armies, because they weren't just your run-of-the-mill ancient forces. On the Ptolemaic side, we're looking at...
The Seleucids? They've brought 62,000 infantry, 6,000 cavalry, and 102 Indian elephants.
Both armies had their elite units. The backbone of each was the fearsome Macedonian-style phalanx. But they also had lighter infantry, slingers, archers.
Now, I want you to picture this. Massive war elephants towering over the battlefield. But here's where
It's like nature's own arms race. The African elephants were smaller, but more agile. The Indian elephants, bigger, more intimidating.
But elephants weren't the only wild card. Both armies relied heavily on Greek mercenaries. The day of battle dawns. And can you imagine the tension in the air? Two massive armies facing each other. And then, it begins. The Seleucid elephants charge forward, trumpeting and spreading terror.
Meanwhile, on the flanks, cavalry units are clashing in swirling, dusty melees. In the center, the phalanxes begin their advance. Imagine these massive blocks of men, shields...
Now folks, here's where things get really interesting. Ptolemy IV, the guy who'd rather be back in his palace, suddenly shows he's made of sterner stuff.
On the other side, Antiochus III is no slouch either. He's leading from the front, trying to exploit any weakness. The Ptolemaic center holds firm, and suddenly, Antiochus finds himself in trouble. His cavalry is cut off.
It's like watching a dam break flame. Once the Seleucid lines start to crumble, the whole thing comes apart.
When the dust settled, the scale of the Ptolemaic victory became clear. The Seleucids had lost nearly half.
In the short term, this battle secured Ptolemaic control over Syria. But the long-term effects? But it also marked the beginning of the end of their golden age. It's one of those historical ironies that make you stop and think about the unpredictable nature of history. As we look back on the Battle of Raphia, we're not just seeing an ancient conflict. We're witnessing a pivotal moment that shaped the course of empires.
It's a reminder of how a single day, a single decision, can change the course of history.